Imagine standing at the edge of a place so deep, so dark, and so unexplored, that more humans have walked on the moon than have visited its bottom. A place where sunlight never reaches. A place where the pressure is so extreme that it could crush a human instantly. A place hidden beneath the Pacific Ocean for millions of years. This place is called the Mariana Trench. And today, we're going to descend into the deepest known point on Earth. A place that feels less like our planet, and more like another world. The ocean covers more than 70% of Earth's surface. Yet even today, we know surprisingly little about what lies beneath it. While satellites have mapped distant planets, and telescopes have explored galaxies billions of light-years away, much of our own ocean remains a mystery. And nowhere is that mystery greater than the Mariana Trench. Located in the western Pacific Ocean, east of the Philippines, the Mariana Trench stretches for more than 2,500 kilometers. But its true secret is not its length. It's its depth. At the very bottom lies a location known as Challenger Deep. The deepest point ever discovered on Earth. If Mount Everest, the tallest mountain on the planet, were dropped into Challenger Deep, its peak would still remain more than a kilometer underwater. Think about that for a moment. The highest mountain on Earth could disappear completely inside this underwater abyss. As we begin our descent, the world above slowly disappears. The sunlight fades. The blue water becomes darker and darker, until eventually, everything turns black. At a depth of 1,000 meters, the pressure becomes enormous. But we are still nowhere near the bottom. As the descent continues, the pressure keeps increasing. 2,000 meters, 4,000 meters, 6,000 meters. The darkness becomes absolute. No sunlight. No colors. No familiar signs of life. Only silence. And endless black water. Imagine floating in complete darkness. No sound. No horizon. No indication of which direction is up or down. Just an endless black void stretching in every direction. This is what the deepest ocean feels like. A place so alien that it might as well belong to another planet. By the time we approach Challenger Deep, the pressure reaches more than 1,000 times the atmospheric pressure at sea level. It is the equivalent of having dozens of jumbo jets pressing down on a single human body. Without specialized equipment, survival would be impossible. For decades, scientists believed that life could never exist in such extreme conditions. They were wrong. In one of the most shocking discoveries in ocean exploration, researchers found living creatures thriving in this underwater nightmare. Strange organisms, transparent animals, alien-looking fish. Tiny creatures adapted to conditions that would destroy almost every known form of life. Some species have evolved bodies specifically designed to withstand crushing pressure. Others survive in complete darkness, using senses unlike anything humans rely upon. Every expedition reveals something new. And sometimes, something completely unexpected. But what if I told you that reaching the bottom of the Mariana Trench is actually more difficult than going into space? It sounds unbelievable. After all, humans have landed on the moon. We have built space stations. We have sent probes beyond our solar system. Yet the deepest parts of our own ocean remain largely unexplored. Why? Because water is far more powerful than most people realize. As you descend deeper into the ocean, the weight of the water above you increases dramatically. At just 10 meters, the pressure already doubles. At 100 meters, it becomes intense. At 1,000 meters, it becomes crushing. And at Challenger Deep, the pressure reaches levels almost impossible to imagine. Every square inch of a submarine must fight against an invisible force trying to crush it inward. One tiny mistake, one small crack, one mechanical failure, and the entire vessel could collapse in a fraction of a second. This is why exploring the Mariana Trench requires some of the strongest engineering ever created. Scientists spend years designing vehicles capable of surviving such conditions. And even then, nothing is guaranteed. One of the most famous moments in Mariana Trench history happened in 1960. Two explorers, Jacques Piccard and Walsh, climbed inside a specially designed submersible called Trieste. Their mission sounded impossible. Reach the deepest place on Earth. As the vessel descended, the pressure outside increased relentlessly. Hour after hour, they traveled deeper into darkness than any human had ever gone before. Finally, after nearly 5 hours, they reached the bottom. For a brief moment, two human beings sat at the deepest known point on the entire planet. A place no one had ever seen. A place hidden since the formation of the Earth itself. And what they reported stunned the scientific world. Even at that unimaginable depth, they observed signs of life. The impossible had become reality. Years later, technology improved. New missions followed. And in 2012, Hollywood filmmaker James Cameron made history. Known for directing Titanic and Avatar, he became the first person to complete a solo dive to Challenger Deep, descending alone into the darkness. He spent hours exploring a world almost nobody had ever witnessed. His journey revealed landscapes unlike anything found on the surface. Vast plains, steep underwater cliffs, and an eerie silence that seemed frozen in time. Yet perhaps the strangest discoveries were not made by humans alone. Modern robotic explorers began sending back footage from the abyss. And what they found shocked researchers. Creatures with glowing bodies. Animals that create their own light. Species with transparent skin. Organisms capable of surviving conditions once thought impossible. Imagine swimming through complete darkness, and suddenly seeing flashes of blue and green light drifting through the void. Not from machines, not from humans, but from living creatures. Creatures that have spent millions of years evolving in darkness. To them, the Mariana Trench is home. To us, it is an unexplored world. And perhaps the most exciting part, scientists still don't know exactly how many species live there. Every major expedition seems to uncover something new. A new organism. A new behavior. A new mystery. Which raises an incredible question. How many discoveries are still waiting in the darkness? Could there be creatures humanity has never imagined? Could entire ecosystems remain hidden beneath the ocean floor? The answer may be yes. Because only a small fraction of the deep ocean has ever been explored. Think about that. We are living on a planet where vast regions remain largely unknown. Maps exist. Measurements exist. But actual exploration remains limited. In many ways, the deep ocean is Earth's final frontier. Scientists also believe the trench may hold clues about the history of our planet. The rocks and sediments found there act like a giant time capsule, preserving evidence from millions of years ago. Long before humans existed. Long before civilizations rose and fell. Long before history was ever written. Hidden beneath layers of water, the Earth quietly stores pieces of its past, waiting to be discovered. And then there are the earthquakes. The Mariana Trench exists where enormous tectonic plates collide. These giant sections of Earth's crust move slowly over time. When they interact, enormous forces are released. The trench itself was created by these powerful geological processes. It is a reminder that our planet is alive, constantly moving, constantly changing, constantly reshaping itself, even in the deepest ocean. Yet despite decades of research, the trench continues to surprise scientists. Every mission begins with expectations, and often ends with even more questions. Because the deeper we look, the more we realize how little we truly know. For centuries, humans feared the unknown depths of the sea. Ancient sailors told stories of sea monsters lurking beneath the waves, waiting in darkness. While most of those legends were myths, the truth turned out to be almost as fascinating. Because real life in the deep ocean is often stranger than fiction. Animals with glowing bodies, creatures with giant jaws, species capable of surviving conditions that seem impossible. The Mariana Trench proves that life can adapt in extraordinary ways. And perhaps that is its greatest lesson. No matter how extreme an environment may seem, life finds a way. But perhaps the most disturbing discovery wasn't an unknown creature, or a hidden geological formation. It was something created by humans. Scientists found plastic pollution, even here, at the deepest place on Earth, thousands of meters below the surface, far beyond cities, far beyond civilization. Human waste had somehow reached one of the most remote locations on the planet. A chilling reminder that no place on Earth remains untouched. As technology continues to improve, future expeditions will travel deeper, stay longer, and reveal more secrets. New submarines, advanced robots, powerful cameras, and artificial intelligence may help unlock mysteries that have remained hidden for millions of years. Some scientists dream of creating a complete map of the Mariana Trench. A detailed picture of every valley, every cliff, every hidden corner. But for now, much of it remains unknown. A dark world beneath the waves. A place where pressure crushes, where sunlight never reaches, and where mysteries still wait in silence. Somewhere below, in the deepest place on our planet, there may be discoveries that change science forever. Discoveries that challenge what we know about life, about Earth, and perhaps even about ourselves. Until then, the Mariana Trench remains one of the most mysterious locations on Earth. A place few humans have ever seen. A place almost impossible to reach. And a place that continues to remind us that even on our own planet, there are still worlds left to explore. If you enjoyed this journey into the deepest place on Earth, make sure to subscribe to Veridox Media for more incredible documentaries, mysteries, history, science, and untold stories from around the world. Because the next great mystery might be even more unbelievable than this one. Until next time, stay curious.